Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, but you can call me Pajama Grandma. In case you haven't met yet, hashtag Pajama in the comments below. So that's the first time you're being exposed to Pajama Grandma. Today is day 345 of my documenting my journey of what I'm doing as I transition from the corporate world and brick and mortar, real live physical businesses to the online world of business. As I sold my last business and transitioned from manufacturing, I was old enough to I was old enough to want to do something different, but I wasn't old enough to like stop doing anything. So I decided that this was my opportunity to go ahead and explore the online world, the world of the internet. I'd always been fascinated by the online world and how it worked, but I never had time before to actually dig in, figure it out, and learn how to do some things and figure out how things work. Because I've learned that over my decades and decades of experience, that the only way to make something work is to actually figure it out and learn the framework underlying how a particular business or industry works, and then plugging myself into the success framework, and then from there adding my unique spin on things. So today I'm working on the Women's Summit offer creation. I've been working on it. I started yesterday brainstorming a list of things that I'd like to have in the offer for this Women's Summit. Now, the Women's Summit itself, the actual delivery of the interviews, that's going to be free for like a 3-day period. And here's how these summits work, because I've studied the framework of summits. Now, I know that Russell Brunson and the gang are going to all paid summits going forward, and they're going to launch their new summit strategy and all these things at Funnel Hacking Live in February. But they've already, and some of the people on their more successful students and users of ClickFunnels, for example, are already rolling these out. Lady Boss is starting tomorrow with a 28-day challenge, and it's a paid challenge. I think hers is a paid challenge. I can't remember. But all kinds of other people are starting to roll out these challenges and summits, just like Russell did in a couple of months ago with his 30-day challenge and 30-day book launch and summit and everything. And I think it's fun because I was already in the works of doing this. I just speeded up my process to make sure I got it done. So, been studying all those offers, looking at the framework, seeing what works, seeing what hasn't worked, seeing what people are doing, what they aren't doing. You know, there's a lot of different ways you can go with summits. There's a lot of different ways you can go with challenges. And I've done both. And this is my first actual virtual summit. So I'm excited working on and rolling that out. But I've done a lot of challenges. I love challenges. So, my offer, what has got to be in my offer? Well, the first thing I need to make sure that my offer does is it has to answer the 3 main questions for people when they're coming to any new opportunity or looking at any situation or making any decision. Can I do it? Is this for me? What result can I expect to get? What am I going to get out of doing this? What will I get out of participating in the summit? What result can I expect to get? How long is it going to take me? So can I do it? How long is it going to take me? And what result can I expect to get? You have to answer those 3 questions whenever you're going to be in a relationship or be in business with anyone. I guess that's something I didn't think about before. Business is all about relationships. So whenever you're going to be in any kind of a relationship, so it's not just in business, right? This applies to our life as well. Think about if you're in a relationship with your significant other. Well, can I successfully be in a relationship with you? What result am I going to get from being in that relationship with you? And how long is this relationship going to last? How long is it going to take to get to the point where I feel good about this relationship? So, so if you think about relationships when you first start dating, it's the same as when you first start getting into a business relationship with someone. So in the offer, I want to make sure I'm answering those 3 questions. Now, here's the rub. I have to answer those 3 questions, and I have to answer people's beliefs or limiting beliefs or thoughts or fears in each segment of the offer that I'm offering people. So the first thing I need to convince them to do is, number 1, to listen to the summit or participate in the summit at all. I have to show them what's in it for them to participate in the summit. What result can they expect to get? How long is it going to take? And is it for them? Why should they care? Because guess what? This summit's all about customers. And maybe some of the women that would be interested in a women's summit already have customers handled. They are like the whizzes, and those are the ones that are going to be speaking to us on the summit, by the way. They've already got this figured out. They already know how to get as many customers as they want, like on autopilot. They actually have more people coming to them than they could absolutely ever handle, given the level of business that they want to conduct. There's always ways to upscale and build your business and supersize your business, but not everybody wants that. Some of us at different periods of our life decide this is the size business I want. This is the number of people I want to serve. This is it. Could I do more? Could I scale it? Absolutely. Do I want to? No, because this is the lifestyle I want. We all get to choose the lifestyle that we want. So I need to do that for each piece of this offer that I'm brainstorming and putting together. So of course, the first component to the offer is the summit, the free summit itself. So how does that answer? And I'm not going to do this for all parts of the offer because it would take me probably 3 hours and nobody wants to listen to me talk about this for 3 hours. Although maybe I'll do that as a bonus thing down the road. But so the first thing is the summit itself, the free online virtual summit itself. It's going to be in January, and I haven't picked the exact dates because I don't have everything done. So I'm not going to pick the exact dates because I need everything done so I know that it will come off without a hitch. And I guarantee there'll be hitches, there'll be problems, but I want it to be seamless problems to the audience. There'll be problems for me to deal with in the back end and other people that are helping me to fix in the back end. Sorry about that, late today. But I want it to be seamless to the customer or the viewer. So there's that. So this summit, the women who are asking themselves, can I do this? Can I listen to the summit? Well, it's going to be over a 3-day period, maybe more depending on the length of the interviews. Some interviews have been going an hour, some are just about a half an hour. So it'll just depend whether I have to spread it out over 3 days, or I don't want to do 5 days, but 3 or more days, let's say. Okay, so that's how long it's going to take if you wanted to just participate in the free summit. Can they do it? Well, it's free, so there's not a money barrier. And if they have access to a phone or internet connection or something, then, you could go to the public library and you could listen in on this summit for free. So do you have access to the internet? Do you have the time? Time is the biggie for most people. Most people don't have days to devote to listening to, no matter how awesome the information is. Most people don't have the time that they can take 3 days out of their life or whatever to listen to an entire summit. So I want to make sure that we're summarizing each of the topics and each of the speakers so that people can pick and choose and know which summit speakers to listen to, which ones to catch, and which ones they could catch later on the All Access Pass, which will be another piece of the offer component. Because all of these, you give it all away for free live, but we know, come on, let's be honest, we know that most people can't drop everything and listen for 3 full days, like 10 hours a day or whatever, or 10 hours out of their 24-hour day to listen to and consume all of the content. And then if they do that, I mean, it's physically possible. I did that on the 30-day one. I listened to all of them because I set aside and blocked out 3 full days to do that. But most people can't do that. It's just not, it's not possible. They have families, they have lives, they have jobs, they have things that, other commitments, they have to eat, they have to go to the bathroom, they have to shower, whatever, that they can't devote or won't be able to devote that much time to the summit while it's live. So that's how we come up with the other components and the other parts of the offer. Things like the All Access Pass for X amount of dollars, and I haven't decided what it's going to be yet. I don't know yet. There'll be an early bird price on that. So before the summit starts, you'll be able to get the early bird price, which means you have access to all of the resources, all of the assets, the book, the speakers, everything at an early bird price. Then during the summit, there'll be another price. And then after the summit, there'll be another price. So that price goes up as you don't take action, because we want to reward fast action takers in everything. People that are early adopters, people that are fast action takers, except in electronics, get a deal for being a fast action taker, for seizing the opportunity. Doing a book, I'm sending out and have sent out preliminary interview questions to the speakers, and they're sending them back. I'm going to turn those into a book. It'll probably be a PDF at first, and then we'll see how big it is, and it might actually be a physical book if it works out. And I would love for it to work out. Maybe not for this summit, but for future summits, I want to for sure have a physical book that people can get all of the information and the summary information so that it's something you can go back to and refer to and actually put into action in your business and in your life. So I'd also like, there'll also be some kind of a freebie or lead magnet or piece of valuable content and information from each of the speakers for everybody that participates in the summit. I talked about briefly the All Access Pass. I think that I will actually come up with some kind of and this is to answer the question. There's several questions in limiting beliefs you need to answer for people, again, with each one of these components, but they're usually along the lines of, will this work for me? Will this vehicle that you're suggesting work for me? Is this summit, in case of the summit, going to work for me? Then they ask, well, can I do it? Can I do the summit? And then they want to know what external forces outside of me are going to prevent me from being successful. So for example, it's the time and money one for the summit itself. So one of the main false beliefs people have is, I don't know how to attract customers. I don't know how to attract my dream customers. I don't know how to communicate with them. I don't know how to do all these different pieces. So I might put together, as part of this package, probably as an upsell, some kind of a done for, not done for you, a done with you type of a walkthrough where you can set up a lead magnet. You can attract customers to you through a funnel or something like that, or through a sales process, and then how you, some communication, some email follow-ups and things, how you communicate and build that relationship with people. I might do an actual template type thing for people so that they've got that to have access to. So that takes away the, well, I really don't know what to say. I don't really know what to do. I don't really know what pieces I need, so that they've got a basic, and this would just be a basic one, a basic attract people to your business funnel, a basic series of emails to attract people to your business, a basic how to nurture that relationship sequence, and then a basic how to ascend people up your ladder, couple of email communications or communication type call scripts or whatever people ask for and need. I think I might make a component like that, because I think that would really answer people's question, well, can I really do this? And get rid of a lot of the excuses that say, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. I don't know what the next step is. Well, here you go. Plug into this, plug in your information into these templates, and you're good to go. I've also got a access to a really incredible app, a mobile app that can be used to promote any business. And I'm talking to the owner about creating a special promo for the women, just the women that participate in this summit. So lots of business owners will never have access to this, but it is the most incredible app I've ever seen for building loyalty programs and building customer relationships and rewarding customers for doing certain things and interacting with your business. I've never seen anything like it. And I'm talking to the owner about how can we make this available to the women business owners that participate in the summit. And I'm also going to do an upsell, I think, of a 30-day challenge all about customers. And that will, I'm thinking $97 for the 30 days. Again, I've done a lot of free challenges. If you guys go back and look through my information, if you want to know how to supersize or grow your business, I have so much free information out there, it's mind-boggling. But people don't take advantage of free information. If I sign up for a free challenge, now I'm not talking me personally because I love challenges, but if I sign up for a free challenge, what's my barrier? What's the consequence if I quit doing that challenge? Nothing. I have nothing but maybe a little time invested in that. So if I get to day 3 or day 20 and it gets to be hard, or something happens in my life outside of the challenge that prevents me from doing it that day, instead of just picking it up the next day, I can give myself an out and I can just quit. But if I've invested any money at all, even just $97, under $100, I'm more likely to continue and actually pick up and do that challenge. Now, how do I know this about myself? Because let's be honest, I'm talking about myself. During the One Funnel Away challenge, I got to a day where I fell behind. And it's really kind of embarrassing for me because I think myself a pretty good funnel person. And it was actually the building the funnel part that I got stuck on a day. It was building the sales page, because I told myself when I was doing this challenge, I had to do exactly what they said. Follow the instructions exactly, because I was testing the process to see if it worked, if I followed the instructions exactly. So I couldn't do what I would normally do. I had to do exactly the format, exactly the instructions, exactly the style that they recommended. And for me, that was really, really hard. It was really hard to write the copy and do the exact way they showed us. And so I got a day behind. Now, I had already committed to doing the challenge, so I wasn't going to quit, but I wanted to quit. I wanted to quit when I got the day behind. But I had already paid my money And that helped me to commit to the challenge, and I knew that I was going to finish it. So I got a day behind, but then of course they gave us some catch-up days, and I caught up the next day. But it was really frustrating. And if I hadn't committed, if I hadn't paid the $97, I would have quit. I would have just said, I don't have time for this right now. I've got too many other things going on in my life. I am not going to finish this challenge. And who would it have hurt? No one. And it wouldn't even have hurt me. And $97 wouldn't have hurt me either. But it was the principle of the thing that I had committed and put some skin in the game to participating and completing the summit. So, not the summit, the challenge. So I want to do, and we're going to do, and it probably won't just be me, a 30-day live challenge following the summit. Right after the summit, whatever the dates are, probably that next Monday or something, we will hit the ground running with a 30-day challenge all about customers, all about how you set things up to get customers, get them to coming to you on autopilot. And actually, I'm probably going to combine this with the package, the templates and things. Actually, I just thought of that. That's exactly what I'm going to do. So the 30-day challenge will be actually implementing that package of the lead magnet, the funnels, the email sequences or email communications, however you want to get that out to your customers, and ascending people and bringing people to you, communicating, building relationships with them, and ascending them on your value ladder or the products and services that you offer them. I just thought of that. See, talking out loud helps me. And then there may be a follow-up offer for some. And then with each of the different speakers on the summit, they will each be providing a lead magnet so you can enter their world. So if there is somebody you really resonate with on the summit, you're going to want to be able to ascend up their value ladder or to do more business with them and interact with them. And I might find a way to offer packages like that for people. And I want to say at a discount, but I don't want to say at a discount. I have a whole philosophy on discounting, and we'll talk about that in another episode. But some kind of more help with customers, more advanced training, whatever it is that people need and want and ask for, we'll find a way to get that for them. So that is just my roughed out version of my offer. And I need to go in and fill in again. I need to talk for and be able to sell each of these pieces of the offer. I got to sell people on coming to a free summit. I have to sell people on, well, why would you want an all access pass? I have to sell people on, why would you want this book of the speaker's detailed information and plans? I have to sell people on the challenge. Why would you want to be a part of this challenge? And it won't be for everybody. Like I said, the summit won't be for everybody. Every business owner doesn't need, that isn't their number one concern or challenge. For a lot of them it is, but not for every business owner. Some business owners have this just down pat, handled, dialed in, nailed, and this is not their biggest concern. Guess what? The next summit gets to the next biggest concern of people. And then the next one gets to the next biggest concern of women business owners. And the next one gets to the next biggest concern of business owners. So guess what? After 4 or 5 summits, we have nailed the top 80 to 90% of concerns that women business owners have, whether they're just getting started out or they've been in business for a long time. So that's just a little bit about how I am throwing together and putting together, not throwing together, but planning and mapping out my strategy and my process. And I actually have a worksheet on the computer that I use. It's an Excel spreadsheet that I use for mapping this out a little more clearly. But I always go to a notebook first and I brainstorm ideas of, okay, what do the person or the ideal person that I'm trying to serve with this particular project, what is it that they need and want and desire the most? If I could offer them anything on the planet and money was no object, what would I offer them? Well, I'd bring them to my house and I'd let them live with me for about a week, and we would just one-on-one nail out everything with respect to their customers and with this respect to their business framework and how it involves their customers and customer experience. That would be the ultimate thing. Well, I'm not going to do that because I'm moving and I don't have room. And I've got 2 dogs and 2 cats, and most people don't want to put up with 2 dogs and 2 cats. So that's probably not an option. But what else could I do? What else could I provide that would offer and meet the needs of the women business owners that are going to participate in this summit better than anything that's ever been done before? That's the question I ask myself, and that's how I brainstorm topics and pieces and components of the offer. That's it. Go out, make it a fantastic day. Tomorrow is the first day of the new year. Pretty exciting. And I have no idea what I'm going to talk to you about. I'll know tomorrow. Bye.